Hello everyone, I am Nishu and today I am going to teach you all from chapter number 6, Life Process, Respiration in Animals. Now there are various types of animals, but when we come to the habitat, then we will consider it as an aquatic and terrestrial. Now both the animals need to respire, needs to breathe. Now in aquatic animals, they take oxygen, dissolved oxygen, which is present in the water. Whereas the terrestrial animals, they respire through the atmospheric oxygen. The rate of respiration differs in both aquatic and terrestrial. In aquatic, the rate of respiration is faster in comparison to the terrestrial, as they are respiring the dissolved oxygen which is present inside the water. So the first example which we are going to take in this topic, respiration in animal, is respiration in amoeba. We will be discussing about amoeba. We will be discussing about earthworm, cockroach, and fishes. But here first I am starting with the unicellular organism, that is amoeba. Now, what is amoeba? Which type of organism is amoeba? So, little introduction to it, that amoeba is a unicellular organism. It is a one-cell organism. Amoeba belongs to phylum Protozoa, and along with amoeba in the phylum Protozoa, Paramecium, Euglena, other type of organisms are also involved. But in this category, for studying the respiration, we are taking amoeba as an example. Now, where do amoeba survives? Amoeba survives in a stagnant water, where the water is not flowing, it's not in a running condition. The water is stagnant. The water is still at a one place. So you can easily find amoeba in a stagnant water, in a still water. Again, amoeba is a unicellular organism. It belongs to phylum Protozoa and they can be easily seen in a stagnant water. See this diagram. This is a diagram of amoeba. You can see that I have drawn a single wall, one wall. I told you that amoeba is unicellular structure, single cell structure. Single cell structure and it belongs to animals. So the wall is also single in layer, one layer. So the outer membrane, outer layer of the amoeba is called as plasma membrane or cell membrane, as it is animal. In class 9th in your syllabus you have studied the differences between plant cell and animal cell. That plant cell is having the outer wall, cell wall, and then it is cell membrane or plasma membrane. But in case of animal cell wall is absent. So your amoeba is a animal cell, so the outer wall is plasma membrane here. Now inside the plasma membrane, this dotted structure you can see, this dotted structure is your cytoplasm. Fluid-like structure which maintains fluidity and the shape. It also maintains the shape of the cell. Then in center you can see it is a nucleus which is the director of the cell. So this nucleus is going to control all the activities of the amoeba taking place inside the body. Now here you can see I have written pseudopodia. Now what is pseudopodia? Pseudo means false and podia means fit. Limb-like structure or leg-like structure. Amoeba is unicellular, it's single cell structure. They don't have leg like us, but they need to move. Any animal cannot remain in one place. So they will move from one place to another place. Now here in case of amoeba, pseudopodia is a locomotory organ. What is locomotory organ? As we are having leg is our locomotory organ. If we were not having leg, then we have to stand in one place only. We would be standing in one place, we would be remaining in one place. Leg is there, so we can move from one place to another. We can change the position from one place to another. Similarly, amoeba is also having a false feet-like structure. It is not actually a leg. The plasma membrane of the amoeba by itself changes its shape to form a false feet. So pseudo means false and podia means feet. So false feet is formed in the amoeba with the plasma membrane. This plasma membrane enfolds outward to form a false feet-like structure called as pseudopodia. This pseudopodia allows the amoeba to move in stagnant water, in still water. This was the structure of the amoeba, which is comprising of outer single layer called as plasma membrane, inner fluid is present called as cytoplasm, then a central nucleus, director of the cell, director of the body is present, and then a false feet is present which is called as pseudopodia. Now children, when you are knowing now the structure of the amoeba, now in case of amoeba how respiration is going to take place, that we need to study in detail. So that we are going to proceed now. So now children, we are going to study respiration in amoeba. Now amoeba respires by the body surface. Just now in the diagram I have told you that what is the body surface of amoeba. So body surface of amoeba is this single wall-like structure called as plasma membrane. So hence your respiration in case of amoeba is taking place by plasma membrane. Now respiration by the process of diffusion. Amoeba respires by the process of diffusion. Diffusion means you are knowing that diffusion means movement from region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Now here in case of amoeba, atmospheric oxygen, now amoeba is present inside the water, in a stagnant water. So it is going to inhale or it is going to take the oxygen which is present inside the water, the oxygen which is dissolved inside the water. Now they don't have respiratory system, they don't have lung, they don't have nose. So how they are going to take that oxygen from the atmosphere inside the body? So this amoeba is going to respire oxygen or inhale oxygen or take oxygen through this plasma membrane. Now this plasma membrane is semi-permeable. Semi-permeable means there are three types of membranes: permeable, semi-permeable and selectively permeable. Semi-permeable and permeable, it is very important to understand at your level now. What is permeable? Permeable means the wall which will allow everything to pass through. If this plasma membrane was permeable, then anything present in the water would enter inside the body. Useful things also and harmful things also. Both the things can enter inside the body of the amoeba. But we are not talking about that. We are talking that the plasma membrane is semi-permeable. Semi-permeable means it allows only selected things, only selected materials to enter inside the body and to come outside the body. It will not allow everything to enter inside the body. Only selected things can pass. Now, amoeba is surviving in the water. Now, inside the water, there are various particles, various things are present. Amoeba do not need, the body of the amoeba does not require all the things which is present. It requires only two things. Amoeba requires either oxygen for respiration process or it requires food molecules for digestion process. It requires only these two things. Now, here what will happen, through this plasma membrane, your amoeba will inhale the oxygen from the water, and crossing through the plasma membrane, the oxygen will enter inside the body. The oxygen which is present outside in the atmosphere, through the diffusion process from the atmosphere will cross this semi-permeable membrane and will enter inside the body of the amoeba. So this is how your amoeba is respiring. Now what is diffusion? Diffusion means movement of molecules from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Suppose the area where I am standing, here 20 people are standing over here, and on the opposite side of me 10 of them are there. 10 people are standing. So where the concentration of people is more? Where I am standing. If I am standing here and 20 people are over here, so that means number of people are more towards me, and to the opposite of me the number of people are very less. So where is the higher concentration? Higher concentration is towards me, where the number of people are more, where 20 number of people are more. So where the number of people are more, that is high concentration area, and the opposite area where the number of people are less, that is your low concentration area. So where the people are going to move? The people are going to move so that they can be accommodated very nicely, they can be freely standing. So from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration, people will be moving. So from the area where number of people were more, from there the people will move to the number of area where the number of people were less. So what will happen? Suppose among 20 people, 5 of the people are moving to the opposite side. So on this side also 15 people are remaining, and on the other side also 15 have become. So 15 and 15, equal balancing is over there. So the movement of the people were to make a equilibrium state, to bring both the places into equal condition, equal position, so that easily all the molecules, so that easily all the peoples can accommodate in that area. Similarly, here also it happens the same. Now in the water, dissolved oxygen is more, and inside the body of amoeba, the oxygen amount is less. So from the region of higher concentration, oxygen will cross the semi-permeable membrane of plasma membrane, and it will enter inside the body of amoeba. Now, so from the, did you understand? I hope it is clear that how the movement is taking place from higher to lower. Now here oxygen was outside more, and because of its higher concentration to lower concentration, oxygen is moving inside the body. Now what happens inside the body of amoeba? Inside the body of amoeba, the oxygen is utilized in the oxidation process. We are again going to the same process, to the definition of respiration. That what is respiration? Respiration is a process where your oxygen is utilized to break down glucose to produce energy, carbon dioxide and water. The same process will take place over here. Already the glucose molecules which is present inside the body of amoeba, this is glucose. This is your glucose. So this oxygen, after entering inside the body, will react with glucose, and glucose will be breaking down into your CO2 plus H2O plus ATP energy. So it is breaking down. So inside the body of amoeba, after the entry of oxygen, oxidation process takes place. And due to oxidation, the glucose present inside the body of amoeba will be breaking down. And as a result of breaking down process, carbon dioxide, water plus energy in form of ATP is synthesized. Now, what will happen next? This carbon dioxide which is produced, that carbon dioxide is a waste product. Body do not require. As we do not require carbon dioxide, we exhale it outside. Similarly, in case of amoeba also, carbon dioxide is a waste product. It has to be eliminated out from the body. So this carbon dioxide which is produced inside the body of amoeba, now what? The concentration of CO2 is more inside the body of amoeba in comparison to the outside atmosphere of the body. So this carbon dioxide from the internal atmosphere will be moving out, will be diffusing out through the plasma membrane into the water which is the atmosphere for the amoeba. So again by the plasma membrane, again by the diffusion process, carbon dioxide from the internal body will be eliminated out into atmosphere. So hence you can see that I have written here that oxygen is used for the oxidation of food with the help of enzymes. Now this breaking process of glucose with the help of oxygen, I told you it is not a single one step. It is a series of steps. Series of steps means 10 steps are there. 10 different chemical steps are there. to break one molecule of glucose into the compounds. So this your glucose, with the help of different type of enzymes passing through 10 different reactions, your is broken down into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Now this food is broken down to produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. So it is produced over here. Now thus the CO2 concentration increases inside the amoeba body. Now this carbon dioxide concentration inside the body will increase, and as a result, because of diffusion process, now the CO2 will leave the body of amoeba by plasma membrane through diffusion. Now by the same diffusion process, this amoeba is going to eliminate carbon dioxide outside into the atmosphere. Children, this was the theory over here. I am going to explain the whole process again with the help of small diagram so that the theory will be clearly understood. Children, you can see that on the board I have drawn the diagram of amoeba. Theoretical we have understood just now. Now I will try it to explain in the form of diagram. Now this dotted lines you can see, I have drawn this water. It is a stagnant water. Stagnant in Hindi we call it ठहरा हुआ, कहीं जमा हुआ, रुका हुआ. So it is a stagnant water, a water which is still at a place. It's not in a running condition. Now within that water, I have drawn this unicellular structure, and this unicellular structure is amoeba. Now the outer wall of amoeba is plasma membrane. Amoeba is an animal cell, so the outer membrane is plasma membrane, or we call it cell membrane. This plasma membrane is semi-permeable in nature. What do you mean by semi-permeable? We have discussed just now that this semi-permeable plasma membrane allows only selected particles to move from outside inside the body, and selected particles from inside can move outside into the atmosphere. So it is selectively, it is selecting the particles. It is not allowing everything to entry or exit. So plasma membrane is semi-permeable membrane. Now you can see that I have drawn here, I have written pseudopodia. This plasma membrane by itself makes an infolding. It folds the body part to form a false fit-like structure. False feet. False feet means a leg which is a false. It's not a leg, but it is behaving like a fit. It is behaving like a leg. So this false feet is formed. With the help of this pseudopodia, this amoeba can move freely in the water. It cannot remain in one place. It's an animal body. So it has to flow in the water. It has to move in the water. So that movement needs a leg-like structure. Though this amoeba is not having a leg-like structure, though it forms a feet-like structure called as pseudopodia, it's a false feet. So with the help of pseudopodia, it is moving in the water. So this pseudopodia is behaving like locomotory organ. Now this inside the body, you can see this cytoplasm I have drawn, which will maintain all the metabolic functions inside, and different chemicals are there, different all parts are there, which will be allowing the metabolic activities to perform nicely inside the body of amoeba. Then a nucleus is present. Nucleus, you know, it is the director of the cell, so it will control all the activity taking place inside the body. Now children, we are moving towards the respiration process, that how actual topic, that how respiration in amoeba will be completed, how it is taking place. You will see that on the board I have drawn in the water many molecules of oxygen you can see. Inside I haven't drawn any, I have not drawn a single. It doesn't mean that oxygen is not present in the body of amoeba, but your more number of oxygen is there in the water. So concentration of oxygen is more in the water. And you know that respiration will take place by the diffusion process from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. So by the diffusion process, through the semi-permeable plasma membrane, oxygen from the water will enter inside the body of amoeba. You can see that from here the oxygen is entering inside the body of amoeba. Now inside the amoeba body, with the nutrition process, already glucose is present. C6H12O6 is the chemical formula for the glucose. So already glucose is present inside the body of amoeba. So this oxygen entering inside the body of amoeba by diffusion process will react with glucose. React with glucose means oxidation process will take place. Catabolic process will take place. Breakdown process will take place. Hope you are knowing these terms very nicely. So when this oxygen enters inside the body of amoeba, this oxygen oxidizes glucose, and due to that process carbon dioxide, water and energy is produced. These three products are produced inside the body as a result of oxidation. Energy is stored in the body and it is utilized in various metabolic functions. Water and CO2 is not needed. So it has to be released out of the body. So this carbon dioxide along with amount of water is released through the plasma membrane by diffusion process outside into the atmosphere, that is your water. So CO2 is released into the water. CO2 is eliminated out into the water. How? By the diffusion process. From where? Through the plasma membrane, which is semi-permeable membrane. So here what happens inside the body after oxidation, your carbon dioxide concentration increases. So as a process of diffusion, we know that from the region of higher concentration, CO2 will move to the region of lower concentration. So CO2 from inner part of the body will move out into the atmosphere, that is water. Now children, we are going to take second example, that is your respiration in case of earthworm. Now earthworm is a terrestrial animal. In case of terrestrial animal, the oxygen the organism is going to take, which is present in the atmosphere. Now children, we are going to take another example, respiration in case of earthworm. Earthworm is a terrestrial organism, terrestrial animal. So this earthworm is going to take oxygen which is present in the soil, which will be its own atmosphere for the earthworm. Now this earthworm is going to breathe. This earthworm is going to respire by the body surface, by the outer layer of the body. And this outer body surface will be utilizing, will be respiring oxygen from the atmosphere inside the body. Now inside the body, same procedure will be taking place. That means your oxidation. In oxidation, glucose with the help of oxygen will be breaking down and carbon dioxide will be produced. And by the same manner as you have studied in amoeba, carbon dioxide through the body surface will be thrown out into the atmosphere. Children, always remember one thing, that cellular respiration process, in case of all the living organisms, either they are microorganisms, either they are plants or they are animals, the cellular respiration process will never change in any of the organism. It will remain the same. That means oxygen from the atmosphere will enter inside the body, inside the cells, inside the tissues. And in the tissues, your oxidation process will take place, glucose will break and carbon dioxide, water and energy will be produced. This is the process which is universal. You can consider it as a universal. It is not changing in any of the organism. Cellular respiration, that means your oxidation process, is taking place in every organism, in case of plants, animals, human beings, everyone. This process will not change. What is changing? Only the way of taking and way of releasing. Only the way of inhaling oxygen and the way of exhaling carbon dioxide. Only this is changing. Only the respiratory system is changing. In case of amoeba, you just studied now that amoeba is respiring through plasma membrane. Oxygen is entering inside the amoeba body through plasma membrane and CO2 is released out through plasma membrane. Here in case of earthworm, you are seeing that through body surface, outer lining of the amoeba, through this body surface, oxygen is entering inside the body and CO2 is going out of the body. Similarly, you will be studying in case of cockroach. Spiracles are present in cockroach. I will be teaching you just now. Spiracles are there. Spiracles are the parts through which oxygen will enter inside the body of cockroach and CO2 will be released out into the atmosphere. This respiratory system is changing. In case of fishes, gills are the organ. Through gills, the oxygen is inhaled and through gills, your CO2 is released out into the water. In case of human beings, lungs are there. We are having lungs. Through lungs, your oxygen is changing and through lungs, your CO2 is exhaled out. So, only the respiratory system is changing, but the process which is taking place inside the cells, in each and every living organism, oxygen from the atmosphere will be entering inside the body. In case of plants, you have studied in the last video that oxygen through stomata is entering inside the cell and CO2 is released out from the cells through stomata into the atmosphere. But everywhere till yet whatever you have studied, everywhere you have studied that oxidation process is same. Everywhere the oxygen from the atmosphere is reaching inside the cells. Inside the cells, same process is repeating in case of plants, in case of amoeba, in case of human beings, fishes, spiracles, your cockroach, earthworm, everywhere. Your oxygen will burn glucose to produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. This process is not changing. This process is common in every living organism. Only you need to learn the respiratory system. If once you are learning the cellular oxidation process and if you understand the cellular oxidation process very nicely, you don't have to learn for each and every organism separately. It is common. Only the systems you have to learn. So same thing over here in case of earthworm also, your oxygen diffuses inside the body through body surface. Inside the body cells, oxygen will break carbon dioxide, glucose to produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. Carbon dioxide will be produced as a waste material and it will be thrown out, eliminated out through body surface by diffusion process into the atmosphere. Now we are going to study about cockroach. This is a rough diagram I have drawn for the cockroach. This is the side portion, lateral portion of the body, side portion of the body of cockroach. You can see children, I have drawn small holes over here, small openings are there. These small openings in the body of cockroach is called as spiracles. These spiracles are connected to a tube-like structure and these tube-like structures are called as trachea. We will not go into the deep internal structure. Just to understand respiration, we need, two parts are sufficient. Now through the spiracles, oxygen from atmosphere will enter inside the trachea. This trachea will carry the oxygen into the cells of the cockroach body. Now inside the cockroach body, glucose is already present. This glucose with oxidation process will break into carbon dioxide, water and energy. This carbon dioxide is not required by the body now. It is waste material. So this carbon dioxide will enter trachea and passing through spiracles will be released out into the atmosphere. So children, you can see here also that the pathway of the respiration is changed. The process, the way of inhaling and exhaling has changed. But oxidation process has not changed. That is same. That only I wanted to explain you well that your cellular respiration process is not changing in any of the organisms. Only the pathway of inhaling and exhaling is changing in all the living organisms. Now the next example children we are taking, that is our fishes. Again, this is a rough diagram for the fish. I have only drawn the face and the operculum portion. That is the part where your gills are present. These feather-like structures are gills. Now you all know that fish is an aquatic organism and they remain in water. They survive in water. And fishes breathe through gills. They respire, they breathe dissolved oxygen which is present inside the water. So this oxygen which is present in dissolved form inside the water is inhaled by the gills by the fishes. Now by the gills, this oxygen is passed to the cells of the body which is present in the fishes. Now inside the cells, oxidation process will take place. Glucose will break down and your CO2, water and energy will be produced. Again the same procedure is going to happen. Through the gills in fishes, dissolved oxygen will be inhaled. That oxygen will reach to the cells of the fish body. Now inside the cells, inside the tissues, glucose will be oxidized with the help of oxygen. Then carbon dioxide, water and energy will be produced. Now this carbon dioxide is produced as a waste product. This carbon dioxide will come back into the gills and from gills it will be eliminated into the atmosphere. Hope this whole session is understood by you all that how different type of animals respire in the atmosphere. Thank you.